Ninth question. There will be a full 16-game season in 2020.
Oh.
I hope. I mean,
seriously, I
have
hope.
nothing else to say. There's nothing else to say.
I can start. You want me to start this one instead of ending it?
Yeah.
Let me
Go
start.
for it.
I'm selling this. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're trying their best, but I think that ultimately there are going to be some outbreaks during camp. Not on every team, but on some teams. I mean, we're seeing it in the MLB right now. If it's this hard for baseball to have no outbreaks, it's not even a contact sport.
Yep.
How is the football going to avoid it? I think they're going to be some. And I think what they're going to do is not cancel the season, but I think they're going to try to do, if it comes to it, what the MLB and NBA have done is just shorten it, postpone it. And you're already hearing Roger Goodell change his language. He used to say he's confident there's going to be a full season. Now he's saying he's confident there's going to be a complete season, which is different. A complete season means there is a start and there is an end, but it doesn't mean it's 16 games. Yep. You know, like the MLB could have a complete season if they finish, but it's only 60 games. So I think that if I had to bet on it, I would say 12 games this year, 12 games. I don't know who wants to go first, Leo or Maverick, up to you.
I mean, I saw a couple Bills players, I think today tested positive or something like that. And that happening already, that happened in the MLB before their season started. So there are ways to maybe overcome some of it, but I have no real clue. It's all chance. It's whatever you want to bet on. And there's no real right answer. But I mean, I hope there's football to enjoy this fall and winter.
I think we all hope there's football. I'm pretty optimistic. You know, there's only 8 trips in a regular season, unlike baseball, where they're having to get on a plane and travel every so many days. So that's intriguing in itself. And then the NFL is also able to sit back and see how Major League Baseball and the NBA, granted they're doing a bubble system, so they're kind of able to see how some of the other leagues are handling it. So I kind of think we're going to see a full season.
Yep. Great points, Nick. You see kind of how things differentiate between baseball and the traveling back and forth, and how you're already having to postpone series. And then with the NBA, and they're in their little confined bubble, and they haven't had a positive test, I think, in like 2 weeks now or something like that, you know? Yeah. So it just seems with how using the other sports as kind of the guinea pig, that it's inevitable that that COVID is just going to keep popping up and players are going to test positive for it. If there's one sport that's just going to power through it and just say, you know what, screw it, we're going to have a season, it'd be the NFL. But whether that's what we're all hoping for, you know. But yeah, I have a tough time. But you know what? Actually, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy and say it's a 16-game season. Roger Goodell is he's gonna do it for them. It's, you know, everything goes back to money, right? You know, it's just kind of the focal point of everything. So I'm buying it.
I gotta sell it. It's just exactly, Grant hit the nail on the head. It's already, if you're having baseball's already having trouble and stuff. I mean, well, why did baseball have trouble? Because Don Mattingly was hiding the results and everything. You don't think some coaches are probably going to do that in the NFL maybe, or be tempted with some of these meathead coaches? They already do a lot of ludicrous stuff as it is. And probably, I'm probably even sure some of them are still not even believers in it, thinking it's a bunch of hoot or whatever. So, I mean, yeah, I definitely think it's going to be some cancellations to a certain extent. Whether, and I mean, we'll take it a step farther, if the NFL season will even start on time, you know, because we haven't even had a training camp, and there's already some players getting revealed. You know, Richie James is on the list right now. Jeff Wilson Jr. got announced today. What if more players start talking about, especially on the 49ers, you know what? Maybe it's not a good idea, because Dre Greenlaw did 10 days ago mention, hey, I want to play, but I don't want to get sick either. But he is also there. So this is a very fluid situation, but 100% chance there's going to be at least some games getting canceled.
I'm going to buy it. Reason being is right now they don't have a bubble system. Everyone's allowed to go home, go to their families if they live in the area. Well, if things do get worse, the 49ers, they obviously have their team hotel right next to the stadium. They could go just quarantine and just strictly players only. And I think a lot of teams could do that as well. So I'm going to buy it full season. NFL cares about their money revenue to where they even decided that players are going to play 17 games with only one bye week instead of just sticking with 16. So I'm going to buy it because the NFL wants the revenue, and there is a bubble system that they could always graduate to.
I love it. It just makes me more optimistic. So great. I'm not going to change my answer, but I like what you said.